What's up, y'all? Jessica checking in. Thank you for clicking on this video. I wanted to come on and talk about Memphis rapper Finesse2tymes and his unofficially adopted son, King. The reason I'm saying he's unofficially adopted is because we don't really know King's parental guardian status, and he's being referred to as Finesse's son on social media, but then I see videos of his mom saying she's trying to reach him. So we'll talk more about that later. When I first started working on this video, my plan was to just show you all some of what I'd seen floating around social media. But as I dug deeper and found videos of King's mom, I started to get really uncomfortable with it all. With that said, I want to talk about King, but honestly, this conversation is so much bigger than King. It's about parenting, poverty, mental health, the music industry, the Black community as a group. I'm just very disturbed by this entire story, and dare I say that I agree with Charleston White on this one. Let's get into it.
Hood nigga at the White Council eating chicken rings with the sliders.
3 mil one man body gon' shake spot. Keep it short like a burger box. 200K on the AP. Boogie sit on the beat like a 4 walk. I eat the free for the free 99. I eat the beef for the free all the time. Tell she mine, she act like she mine. Tell she mine, I know she ain't mine. I hit a raw like I caught in the moment. Set the bitch up, I go like Stoney. Act like you want it, he saying he want it. Talk like you want it, know he don't want it. He got a bar, so and what? Get the buzz in shoes, he glance up. Pull up and don't spot like SWAT. Make you come out that beat with your hands up. I got niggas just a runner mode. Look at me, I'm in the centerfold. She can be with me, this baby gone tomorrow. I stay and go with him mode. I got niggas just a runner mode. Look at me, I'm in the centerfold. She can be with me, this baby gone tomorrow. I stay and go with him mode.
I set the bitch off like on Bootsell Webber in 2007. You playing her. If you got the money, then run it. I'm pulling up on you as soon as the paper clear. Gotta pay me now, nigga. Fuck later. Got my foot on their neck trying to suffocate them. Land in your city with choppers, my nigga. We ready to go get the Terminator. Walking this bitch with my nose in the earth, nigga. No, I don't care about breaking the news. Don't invite me to no parties. I ain't gon' come, nigga. Gotta pay me to move. I'm at the loft at the top hitting sugar. I'm about the Benjamins. No, I ain't book 'em. He want what for the drink? Me and my little niggas took him. Know you heard about your brother, we had to get at him. That nigga was shiesty. Hold up, I'm getting a little out of my body. I know them folk wanna indict me. Maybe Sprinter got
I want to make a couple of disclaimers before I get into this topic. Number one, I am as conscious and pro-Black as they come. I will never let racists or the United States government get off the hook for the things that they've done and that they are still doing to the Black community. Honestly, I don't know if some of the damage can even be undone at this point because so many of us are disengaged with the culture. We've written them off to self-destruct when we should really be trying to reach them. But before I go on my tangent, I just want to say don't get it twisted when it comes to what I'll be covering in this video. Just because I'm calling out bad behavior doesn't mean that I don't understand or know how we got here as a community. Number two, I do realize that with all the youth going in a negative direction, there are just as many, if not more, going into a positive direction. But I gotta be honest, I'm seeing more and more and more news stories involving young Black people locally and nationally. We have a huge problem that we need to address as a collective when it comes to our youth. No one else is gonna do that for us, and we shouldn't want anyone else to do it. And as adults, we shouldn't just care about our children or the children in our families. We should care about all Black children because of systemic racism. What goes for one Black child goes for them all. It doesn't matter what you try to shield your child from, their Blackness precedes them. We're Black before we're anything else, and we need to come together on that because it's facts. You can be gay, rich, conservative, liberal, a Christian, an atheist, private school educated, uneducated, married to a white person, have mixed children, whatever. But before any of that, your ass is Black. Period. So you need to care about the survival of your group. And if the kids are going crazy and the adults refuse to step in, our group is not going to survive. Lastly, I'm not against rappers, rap music, or Black people getting money. Get your money. What I am against is this culture that's being promoted to our youth at large. Our music is no longer revolutionary and it doesn't reflect where we are. We have to save our culture because we are so much better than this. Now, there's a lot to unpack with this situation, and I have to credit my husband with helping me to see all of these nuances. It's not as cut and dry as this rapper shouldn't be teaching this boy this or that. There's so much more going on, and I want to start by giving as much context as possible into who King was prior to Finesse coming into his life. From my research, King was doing these things before he got into contact with Finesse. So this is telling me that there are other children possibly in these situations, and the real problem is a parenting issue. Let's be honest, King shouldn't even have been able to be picked up by a random rapper like this in the first place. Shout out to this channel on YouTube for doing a lot of the heavy lifting to find out where King came from. It really helped me in my research, and from his video, I was able to find King's dad on Facebook. He goes by Wee Baby Mabry, and according to his Facebook page, he lives in Memphis. The last activity on his page is from 2017, but he has several photos of King as a toddler, along with photos of King's mother, whose name is Tiffany Moore. This Facebook page is from 2016, but between the two pages, we're able to see that these two people are in fact King's parents. According to King's mother, Tiffany, the 10-year-old has always behaved the way we're seeing him behave on social media. Out of her own mouth, she said he liked to be around quote-unquote dope boys, and he enjoyed shooting dice. Finesse even said King was set in his ways.
It wasn't hard raising King. King wasn't on no street. Now why I was out here, I am at home. He didn't like the environment he was living in because he wanted to do what he wanted to do. Shoot dice, all this and that. So, Keenan said Candy, he worked at the car wash with Jabbo, who got killed. He always want to be with dope boys. Always had want to be with dope boys. His daddy, a dope boy. His uncle was a dope boy.
Little do y'all know, he's set in his ways. Y'all have to meet him. Like, King is a real product of Memphis, Tennessee. King is a real product of the Memphis city streets. I'm just gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the example of what happened when you misguided in Memphis. He is who I used to be coming up. He what I seen when I was growing up. I mean, when I was coming up, he what I was. You know what I'm saying? And all I did was try to save him.
I don't know how a 10-year-old is set in his ways, but I guess. Now that we have a little backstory on King, let's try to piece together how he ended up with Finesse. Based on what I've been able to learn through social media, King's mother was in jail for 22 months, and during that time, King was under the care of his grandmother. Allegedly, King was hanging out with some man who I'm guessing connected him with Finesse. There's a video floating around of King's mother referring to Finesse as a stranger and claiming that her mother was given $1,000 in exchange for Finesse taking King under his wing. And when I first saw Finesse with King, I assumed that the parents had co-signed it. So to hear this from his mother, however reliable or unreliable she may be, definitely raises eyebrows.
Yeah, this for Finesse. This is King Mama Tiffany. You know me. And I just wanted to say to y'all, it's lies being told. I'm not on crack. I just did 22 months at the uniform. And you know I have not been out long. No, I do not have custody to King. King name is Keon. I don't have custody. My mom got in custody. But it's lies being told. I smoke crack. I'm on drugs. This and that. A lot of lies. And Finesse, I wish you would really talk to me as a man. I always hear you in the background. And I don't want to go after you. No type of way. I need you to talk to me as a man, and I'm a woman. I only just wanted to know, why did my son go with a stranger? Which I know this man is financial stable. Everything for my son. I know he's able to help my son. And I'm glad my son is happy. But at the same time, he got siblings. And I always have taught them to stick together. You know, I don't care who got what. Everybody, we're going to share. And it's been hard as a single parent. There's Mr. Finesse. Well, he don't like me to say Mr. Finesse. He made a joke about it. So, Mr. Ricky, he reaching out to my baby daddy, which is Wee Baby. and telling him he gonna help him financially and get him up to where they at. So I'm asking why I'm not getting no help. Why I haven't? He gave my mama $1,000, which I'm hearing different things about. My mama maybe smoking. He brought my child. If I have to go to the NAACP, that's what I do.
He stuck to me right here, like the whole time. Like I DM'd him, and I was like, man, where you at? You in the city? And you know, he just a little man, you know, King. Yeah, man, yeah, ooh, ooh. And all I could do is shake my head like, damn, I want to get the young nigga out the way. I want to get the young nigga out the streets. Like, I don't want that for the young nigga.
A good advice for my son is being raised by his grandmother, his mother. It's like a village to raise a child. And believe it or not, it took all of us. And Mr. Ricky did not meet Keon on the street. He met Keon in South Memphis talking to Kivo Money because they was working on some music. That's my state. That's what I heard. Because my son was coming to me, asking me, can he catch the Uber to Tate Street? And my son being him, no, I'm not saying he grown. He do act grown. Ever since I just did 22 months, you know how many times somebody that came in that jail and told me they seen my baby shooting dice with this grown man. All I could do was go in their cell and cry. I didn't have commissary. I couldn't call home and check on nobody. I couldn't do nothing but ask God to protect my child out here. We stay in the roughest part of North Memphis. I have never once got on here and asked nobody for no money. And Mr. Ricky said I asked him for some money. No, I have not asked anyone for no money. I never asked my son for any money.
Finesse has yet to make it clear his relationship with King, whether or not he was given permission to take this child into his care, and his intentions on having this child. All I know is he recently signed him to his record label and released a song with him that you saw in the opening of this video. I'm calling all of this sketchy. It's very sketchy because it's obvious that Finesse isn't the legal guardian of King. What makes it obvious to me is the fact that his mother was online asking for help in getting in touch with him. The grandmother was in the background coaching her on what to say. There was another video of her in the backseat of a car with a woman talking and telling her how she could help her get in touch with Finesse and get legal aid to get her child. So why is she not in touch with King? Why isn't Finesse on top of this? I mean, what's really going on? After King appeared in videos with Finesse, opinions started to circulate across social media about what the rapper was doing. If you think there was a consensus on it being a bad look, think again. There are people actually defending this. And after talking with my husband about it, he got me to see where Finesse is coming from. After watching the videos of King's mother and then finding out that just a few days ago, she was arrested for stabbing her own mother, King's grandmother, I decided that, yeah, King was in fact better off with Finesse. But is he? Can we be sure that Finesse has the right motives? I'd say no. He clearly hasn't gone about the custodial and guardianship aspect of it the right way. I have a very hard time believing that any court would grant him custody when he isn't related to him and he lives the lifestyle that he does. He's in an open polygamous relationship with 3 women. He has the children, King included, exposed to it. He openly smokes weed and performs in clubs late at night, sometimes with King right there with him. King appears in videos with men smoking right next to him. And a video just surfaced of what looks like King rolling up a blunt right in the presence of Finesse. Not to mention, Finesse allows him to disrespect adults online, like when he went after JT from the City Girls in defense of Finesse being called ugly by her.
I'm gonna flame the shit out of her. Hold on, not brush her teeth. Lose and make her ass brush her teeth. Worry about his ass. His ass eat roaches and shit.
Man, yo, bitch, check me. I'm
Get on the line. You don't get her this Memphis treatment.
yo, bitch.
God.
I got your bitch check me, right? I got, oh man, she checked me in front of the world. I got the flame right here. She got to come to these jump, bro.
Blue cheese.
Oh God, here. Oh, bring your ass here. We ain't talking about no money shit. I'm talking about your orangutan looking ass. I'm talking about barbecue nine later eating ass. Flaming cold Cheetos eating ass.
Oh, big lips ass, ho.
Get on the live. Happy day, man. We gonna get on.
Don't be mad at me. Get your hoe.
We just having fun, man. Tap in.
Kid, get behind me and I'm strapped. I'm high speed to race. They got man, ho.
How we gonna make that way go that way?
And he cursed out and threatened Charleston White after he said he would call CPS on Finesse.
Charleston White, you get caught, you get smacked, and we gonna strip you. And that's on your memory life. I swear to God, you gonna get stripped, fool. You gonna be somewhere 6 feet under.
Come on.
Fool, that man ain't playing with me, fool. We catch that man, fool. We gonna strip his ass. This on my grandma's head.
Who? What happened?
On the right hand, the Bible.
What happened?
No doing, no talking. He better have security. We're gonna beat the shit out of his old ass. We're gonna beat that man black and blue.
Charleston actually did. And he's been talking about everything on his, various lives. He's been talking about it because he was trying to help King's mom. He just helped her right before she ended up in jail. So this thing is a mess. That doesn't even include King rapping about sex, rapping about women, referring to women as hoes and bitches, and mimicking him shooting. Finesse signing him up to his record label screams exploitation. And who are these men that King is always around? Can we be sure that none of them are gang members with potential ops trying to kill or rob them? Can we be sure they aren't sex offenders or pedophiles? This is not a good situation for a child. I don't care how much money Finesse has or what alternative there is for King. We should all agree that this ain't it. And the fact that we don't is really disturbing. I mean, we're being called haters and jealous for calling this mess out.
What they really dry hating for is because he 10 years old, he a kid, and he lit. Way litter than they kid. Yeah, they acting like they don't, him, but really hating, dry hating on the young nigga. Man, the young nigga popping and having more money than motherfuckers, baby daddies, motherfuckers, niggas, grown niggas, you see what I'm saying? What y'all fucking with this young nigga for? He out the hood now. He ain't on nothing. This young nigga ain't on nothing. This young nigga sit around me all day and do this right here. And talk his shit. Pop his little shit. I'ma let him do him. I'ma let him be him. Long as motherfucking cussing grown people out, disrespecting motherfucker long, man, do you.
I am not jealous that my sons don't act like King. I am happy. I'm proud. But I do worry about the kings out there that are being created that could end up doing something to hurt my sons. So this is why this is important to me. Ain't nobody jealous of that mess, that dysfunction. That's not a good look for Finesse, for King, for King's family, for Memphis. Because everyone from Memphis in the comments are saying, oh, he's been like this. He lit, that man great. And yeah, he's talented. I mean, did y'all hear how he rode that beat? Like, he's talented. It's natural, but he's like Chucky in real life. Like, there's a man in that body. And then you have to ask, well, is this like demonic? Like, is there a demon? Because either something's good or it's bad. It's no in between. It's about the source. Is this a good source? Is this a godly source, a righteous source? Or is this something else? And look at how he's acting. What does he look like he's being powered by as a child? That's a spirit. So I'm asking the question, should we all just mind our business? Should we sit back and watch a child being misdirected in our face in a rooms full of adults, concerts where people are jumping up and down excited? Have we as a community gotten that disconnected from who we are and all that we've overcome or we're trying to overcome to where we just allow our children to self-destruct, and as adults we participate in it? This is sad. And shame on the music industry for encouraging and promoting this. Shame on all the men and the women around King who are participating in this, participating in his destruction, participating in his innocence being taken away. I wouldn't be surprised if he's having sex or smoking or is touching guns. The adults ought to be ashamed. Children, we're supposed to protect children, not misdirect them on purpose. We know what this world is like. We know what's out there. We know the type of people, the type of evil that's out there. And we shouldn't help a child become part of that, to be at risk of being taken advantage of. Shame on all of y'all. And I want y'all to understand that this is by design. In her book, The ISIS Papers, Dr. Frances Cress Wilson talks about this system of white supremacy. Even when you see the gender wars between black men and black women that are online, now more than ever, all of those things are by design. I want to encourage y'all to pick up the book, and now that I mention it, I might pull the chapter that specifically deals with this as a follow-up because I don't have it right here with me now. But this is by design that this is happening to our community, and we have to use the blueprints that our ancestors left for us. They left us the information that we needed to be able to turn this around, and we got to get serious about it. So I say no, we should not mind our business. And Charleston White may not be the most likable guy. Lord knows I hardly agree with him on anything. I mean, some stuff he says, I get it, but I think he isn't himself part of another problem too. But hey, focus on the message and not the messenger. And in this case, Charleston White was right to call CPS. And like I said in the beginning, I'm conscious, I'm pro-black. I'm aware of this system. I'm aware that CPS is not good for our children. But what do you do in this situation? What do you do? The family is a mess. This rapper has all this money and he claims that, I'm paying $5,000 a month for him to go to private school. But then right before that, you said you'd only had him for 2 weeks. Like, we can't trust you. What should we do? What should be done? What can you do? What can you do? But that's all I got for y'all today. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Are you on the side of he's better off with Finesse? Just let him be who he is. You can't do nothing about it. Just let it be what it is. Or are you more like me and want to call this out and bring attention to this? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this, make sure you like the video, share it, subscribe to my channel for more conversations like this. And if you want to support this content, consider becoming a patron. For as little as $3 a month. You get early access to all my content as well as exclusive content. And more is coming. Right now I have one patron. Shout out to you, Erica. I appreciate you for supporting my work. You are making it possible for me to be able to take more time and work on these videos. So thank you. All right, y'all. That's all I got for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to let me know what you think about it in the comments. And I will talk to y'all in the next video. Peace.